this is self-discovery support, and this is an open general message for the collective. And I'm using the Sacred Feminine Oracle deck, the Trauma Informed Yoga deck, and some playing cards. Yeah, so this one is a very kind of I think it's a personal, introspective message, one that is about, I think it's about the lesson that we have when we are almost like looking back retrospectively on the relationships that we've had in our life, like how they've drained you, how they have taken from you, and what you've learned and what you've tried to recover from. I know that's quite like a somber mood, but like the cards just came out that way. And let's see, I think there is a kind of bright light at the end of this. I think, especially with a lot of talk about standards being high for people, I think that especially if you're a feminine energy, and I'm just gonna say if you're a woman, I think that this would resonate for you. But for sure there are men who fall into this category as well, who have experienced this because of like the largeness of their heart, their openness to love and giving in relationships. And okay, so let's get into it. All right, so we have here the unconditional card. Now this card talks about how giving we are, like, and this card for me has a shadow element, because while it is the desired thing to, people say like when you are in a loving space with somebody, you give unconditionally, you love unconditionally. But sometimes that can bring the shadow side of not knowing when enough giving is enough. Like you can love and not deplete yourself. You can be giving and not wear yourself ragged, or give to everyone from your empty cup and then you're left with nothing. And I think that is kind of the lesson that you're learning here, is you are people, if this resonates for you, that have showed up in connections where you probably have felt, maybe from what you observed around you, that the thing to do in a relationship or a connection is just to give. And okay, a lot of women grew up like this, some men grew up like this, and it's just people in general. It depends on how you were parented, how you were programmed. Then there's a sense that to love means, and to love unconditionally means, I give everything no matter what I have left. I mean, we all know people in our life like this. And okay, number 34, that might be significant for you. This is a shadow card. This is a demanding, or it says demanding, and it's really, I think when I look at this card, to me it talks about the shame that somebody feels of asking for too much. So it's almost like after coming from that very loving, giving energy where you give, and maybe for many of us it's giving to the wrong people as well. But then here is the time when by the time your cup is so dry, you are in so much need of everything. You need a lot emotionally, and maybe you don't even recognize that until you get into a situation and bam, there you are, like in need of so much. Somebody gives you something, shows you some attention or affection, and there you go. Like it's like being like almost like there's a needy energy. Yes, it makes me think of that song by Shaka Khan, Angel, where she says needy little baby. Listen to that song. I think that's gonna have something in there. I think it describes this reading very well. There's something here about, okay, so it says, the book says control, obstinacy, judgment, and detachment. So it's almost like, when I say shame about it, it's almost like you feel judged because, you know, people don't generally like people who they see as givers, and now this person is asking me for something. What? Why are you asking me for something when your purpose in my life is to give? And so there you go. It's now you're labeled as demanding. Now you're labeled as, okay, of course it falls on two sides, because you do have someone who has given too much. You have given beyond what you should have been given. You've emptied your cup on this person or these people, and now you are in need, and now you are changing the script on them. Like, that's not what they signed up for. But we do have the fairy woman, and this is, to me, is like where the light comes in. I think these are lessons that teach you a lot, and then you're able to almost, this taps into, I feel like discernment is a word. You're able to discern. You're able to act in ways that are going to be more fulfilling to you. This card is attached to like psychic ability developing type of energy, and for some of you, you may feel that that's happened to you through the experiences you've had. You've become more intuitive. I think that's that's part of the journey. That's to be expected. But I want you to let's look at the cards here. 5 of Hearts, 8 of Diamonds, Ace of Spades, 3 of Diamonds, Ace of Hearts, and last two I'm gonna show you is the Queen of Spades and the 2 of Hearts, just so you know what I'm talking about now. I think this is indicating someone that has gone through things. You've tried to figure out, I think you've tried to learn from situation to situation. You've learned, and it feels like, though you have regrets, though you, as is expected in this type of situation, you have, with the shame that comes from people, being labeled demanding, by the depletion that happens when you give unconditionally from an empty cup, and you don't know how to receive, or you don't make that a requirement. There is this kind of shame, regret, sadness, a sense that I could have done things differently. I wish I had done things differently. For me, 8 of Diamonds, it's like how much work you have put into things. There's a lot about how society is built on the givers, and this is what this reading is about. But there's a clarity that's come through for you. This is ending in a really great space. You are now recognizing that no, this is not how this is gonna go. I have something to offer. And often, if we're honest, some of the reasons that we were giving so much is because we were putting our energies onto other people and avoiding dealing with our lives. So this card, this last affirmation card, my light shines even in the dark, I think is particularly meaningful here. You have something to offer. Maybe it's not what you thought it was, which is your giving, loving nature, but reshape that so you are finding ways to pour back into yourself. 3 of Diamonds, Ace of Hearts. So yes, you're willing to work on things. You're willing to build new connections. I don't think you're someone that's bitter, or if that is the case, you're being asked to heal from that, to find ways to work through that, because it's not that you won't have a connection again, but Queen of Spades tells us that discernment is your best friend, your best skill and tool, because there are people that just look for people who will give to them and not have to reciprocate. 2 of Hearts. You will find that connection again, but it's being discerning, being honest with yourself, asking and demanding honesty. So not going along feeling like this is what this person wants, so I'm going to give it. Right? The fairy woman is someone who sees clearly, who sees through any facade of anyone and any situation, and so you're being asked to carry that with you into your future alliances and situations. Alright, so this was a message. It's a little bit different, but I think it's important to come through. Thanks, and if you like this, let me know, and take care. Wishing you all the best.